Hello, everybody. I'm here with Carlene O'Brien, one of our longest-serving staff members at the North Riverside Library, and we're going to ask her some questions so she can tell us a little bit about herself. Hi,
okay,
Carlene.
go right ahead, Lizzie.
All right, Carlene, our first question is, if you could go back in time, what decade would you go back to and why?
Well, I would go back to, hello, all patrons of our library and other libraries that come, and all libraries. Okay, I would go back to the 1950 to 59, that decade, because I was a high schooler from 52 until 56, and then I went to college for 1 year, and then I came home and I got engaged, and then I was in 58, and I was married in 59. All my dreams that I had dreamed, because I came from that era, were coming true. And it ended with my, not ended, but the 1959 is when I got married, and everything that I had dreamed of at that time came true. So that to me is the decade I would love to go back to.
Oh, that's wonderful, Carlene. That must have been an incredible 10 years for you, decade for you.
Absolutely, and that was really the happy days, the real happy days, because TV happy days were in the 50s.
That's true.
That program,
true.
and that was basically what it was. Friends, going with friends to shows, going to the park, meeting a group of guys, meeting my husband, just going to dances. It was just, now the rest of my life has been good too, but in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
That was the decade that I would choose to go back to.
Well, I feel that way kind of about when I was in high school and college, so that makes a lot of sense.
How about that? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whatever your dream is. And even though I didn't finish college, and I did go for a year, and the reason I came home was because in that era, that decade, my dream was to get married.
Yeah.
And I had already met my husband when I was 16, so that was what I wanted to do. But that year of college was wonderful too. It was a great 10 years.
Yeah. Oh, great, Carlene. All right. Well, here's our second question.
Okay.
If you could be any vegetable, what would it be and why?
All right. I would be a cool cucumber. For several reasons, because I was never really a cool person, because I was I read books all the time. Mm-hmm. And I guess they called us bookworms in those days, nerdy, that. I had a group of friends, but I guess we all were nerdy. What can I say? Anyway, I did not lack for a nice group of friends. There were about 7 of us. But you kind of look at the cool kids. We were not the cool kids. We were happy because we had our group, and also, but never the cool. So if I was a cucumber, I could be cool. And a cucumber is partly green, and green is the color of a lot of nature, grass, trees, and just beautiful things. So that's what I would choose to be. A cucumber.
I think that's
cool.
Cute.
Okay.
I think that's wonderful, Carlene. I think that's perfect.
Thank you.
All right. Well, our last question is, if you could just tell everybody one thing or a few things maybe that you love best about the library.
All right. What I love best. This, I mean, I didn't have to think too much of the other two, but this I really, because there's so much I love. I will have to say the number one were all the people involved, the board of trustees, the patrons, the people that voted to give us the library, all the people, because if it weren't for all those people, we wouldn't have a building. There wouldn't be a building, a place to come to.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have to say what I love best is all the people that come, the people that make it possible. I think we are fortunate in that we have, I think, a great staff and a great board that really cares about the library and does its best to make it the best library around. So, and our administration and the whole people thing, that's what I love.
Yeah, that's wonderful, Carlene. Thank you. That's beautiful.
Well, you're welcome.
Well, thank you for sharing a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
And we really appreciate it.